monitoring evaluation expert. I think you also have to be a humanist, and you have to deal at a human level. And that was one of the consideration that was kept in mind while picking up team members. And of course, cohesiveness amongst the team. I think it's a very closely knit group of people working in the EWCP. Most of them are working beyond what is expected of them. It's a commendable effort. It's an effort for our fellow brethren, the Pakistanis, and we love doing what we do. And the idea was to put in a system based on modern telecommunication systems, basically the cell phone, and use it to monitor both from the side of the government what has been given to a community, and then monitor it downstairs once it reaches the ground level to find out whether those services have been provided. The second component of this project was to create a grievance addressal system, which we call the SOS helpline, where if everything else failed, we should brochures, and have also used the FM radio system to inform communities, particularly the IDPs, that if everything else had failed, they could use these numbers to register a complaint, and then it was the task of the early warning correction project to send monitors to resolve that issue and help the individual or the communities who had made the complaint. The main contribution that has been made by this project is its innovative approach, and it has filled a gap which existed in government. And wherever I have discussed what this project has been able to do, the people have found this to be a very good idea. They're very receptive, and they are actually urging us to do more. At the beginning, I did a mentor's job, trying to teach them the skills required in handling that. But over a period of time, I then withdrew, isolated myself, and allow the team themselves actually to be solving problems. And very rarely, if something is passed on to me, I come in. Otherwise, my message to them is, yes, you have given me a problem, solve it. Don't come to me, because it's also a learning exercise. As far as the information conveyance is concerned, the team has been pretty good in bringing out what the issues are at the ground level. Mostly they revolve around two areas, which is the provision of services, one on the humanitarian side, which is food, medicine, sanitation, disease control, and then the other one is the non-food items, to see that communities are cohesive, they are not being fractured, and support is being given to them to outlast the problems that they are facing. If we can benchmark a problem, then the chances of that getting solved are so much more than a problem which is there in the universe, but no one has identified it. So the moment we categorize it, it comes onto a list, then there is someone following it, and the chances are, as I said, about 60 to 65 that it would get solved. We built up a lot of rapport on behalf of the state with the communities. The communities also felt strong because they found some mentors as well as people who would care and look after their problems. And all in all, the experience in the last few weeks has been very positive. and we are now thinking of expanding this into the normal area of governance, so that the government of the Northwest Frontier Province and in FATA can benefit from this new approach towards problem solution, monitoring, and grievance addressal. EWCP is, I think, an evolving animal. It's not going to stay the way it is. It's going to change, and it's going to change very rapidly, because that's our core corporate philosophy. Although we are a non-profit organization, and we believe in that, but we also believe in radically adjusting to the situation and demands on the ground. We would not like to be stuck in one mode, and as the situation requires, we would be changing and adjusting to it.